That's what y'all want to do. Look at the crack in my windshield for the next 3,600 miles. I'll try to avoid that. Here we are on the road again. We are someplace in Nebraska. In case you can't tell from the video. It's raining. I left at 11:30 from Warsaw. It's 5:30. I don't know. I think I've come about 300 miles. I'm trying to push maybe 200 more tonight. Get to the North Dakota border. We'll see if I can make that happen. I'm pretty good right now, but first day is usually tough. So anyway, I just want to put some time between me and Missouri and let y'all know that we're back on another great adventure here with Overloaded Overland. Believe me, I am overloaded. I don't know how I got the trailer heavier, but I did. So anyway, we're going all the way to Alaska this time, of course. And we're going to try and make it in 7 days. I'd like to be there by the 28th, and I think it's the 20th. I don't know. Alexa, what date is it? Anyway, yeah. Not much notable. I picked the straightest route. Well, I let Google pick the straightest route, which means interesting highways and interesting roads. What's that? Wow. That's a big deal. Where am I? I'm in Nebraska. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to be on the road for a while. I will touch base. I got lots of content planned. We'll see if I actually do it. But as always, stay tuned. Hey, look, everybody. We're overlanding. Well, at least we're not driving on the interstate. How's that? I missed a turn, County Road 10. She rerouted, said take a right on County Road 11 instead, and then told me that it was 5 miles of unpaved road in the heart of Nebraska. That's cool. So, whatever, we'll get some dirt on the old rig here, just to make it look better, and slow down to 40 miles an hour for the next 5 or 10 miles. That's kind of cool. All right, I am going to, on this trip, feed 4 different video channels. I think it's 4. Yeah. So this is Overloaded Overland, which is the driving part and the thoughts on driving, the thoughts on travel, and blah 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 part. Then there will be the TikTok channel, which will just be shorts and quips and funny stuff. And then there will be a new YouTube channel that I kind of just started. I don't think there's a video on it yet, but there will be after this one, called Life in the First Person. And I believe you can search for that and find it once there's videos on it, which there will be soon. And so I'm warning you ahead of time, that is not suitable for work. There's going to be some deep, dark, and fun stuff on that one. Because I get into this little zone when I'm driving, and I speak my mind, and there might be a lot of you that don't want to hear that. So tread at your own peril, or viewer discretion advised, or whatever. But anyway, that's kind of my plan. I know. Those of you that know me are like, you can't even feed 1 channel. How are you going to feed 3? Well, we'll see. We will see. I'm going to tell the stories. That was a popular format from last year. It's telling stories. Those will probably be on this channel and life in the first person, depending on the raciness of the story that I am telling. I think I will, however, try to. Okay, so this is kind of the main channel, Overloaded Overland, and when I post other videos, I'll try and give you all a heads up on here, and I'll let you know how nasty they are. I don't expect that channel's probably just going to get banned, so enjoy it while you can. Oh, by the way, that building you just saw off in the distance was the Nebraska State Air and Space Museum, or the Nebraska Air and Space Museum. I don't know. Didn't know Nebraska had an Air and Space Museum. I'm sure they have strategic bomber bases, but that was interesting. Put it on the long list of places to come back to. Okay, it's about 5 miles past the last video, and I guess we're coming into Omaha. I guess there's an Omaha Air and Space Museum. Cool, there's a Casey's. Too bad I don't need anything. So we're going to go straight here for 13 miles and then take a right on, looks like Nebraska 10. Yeah, we're going to see some interesting roads. I always tell Google to avoid highways, and this is what I get. And it may not be the most efficient way to travel, but it is certainly more interesting than hours and hours and hours of the interstate. Hi. Everybody loves the Jeep. Everybody. And when it's wet like this, it makes noise, so everybody freaking hears it and notices it and looks at it. I think it's my turn. That's right. I thought it was my turn. Anyway, this is downtown. I don't know what it is, but it's obviously not Omaha, but we're really close to Omaha. Like this is a suburb of Omaha or something. Alright, well that was exciting. Small town Nebraska. You saw it here first. Well, here we are overlanding again. Because I took a little detour to try and find a hotel here in desolate South Dakota. And I didn't find it yet. But anyway, so this is a legitimate road called 410th Avenue that Google is leading me down for another half a mile when I can get back on a real road, maybe. I don't know. I guess I don't care. In the last 10 minutes, though, I have seen a bunny rabbit and a ringneck pheasant. And I heard a ringneck pheasant. That's kind of cool. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. So now we are turning onto 298th Street. Let's see what this has to offer. Well, it doesn't look too bad. Cool. I promise I won't get lost tomorrow. Yeah, right. I will. Boy, South Dakota, there ain't nothing here. Well, at least where I am. And Genie or whatever Google's assistant is, completely useless. And if I use Google Navigation to find like nearest hotel, forget it. It's 4 hours away, it says, but it's not. I did a Google search and I found a hotel about 29 miles away. But if you use Genie, I guess you'd only get sponsored whatever. I don't fucking know, but it takes me down interesting roads like this. 0.7 miles, I'll be back on the highway, I guess, but holy crap, I hope this doesn't get too much worse. This is a farm road. Ooh, flushed something. This is a farm road. There's the highway. Hope we make it. And then we'll be back on the highway to Parkinson or something like that, which is where the hotel is that's 24 miles away. And I called and even made a reservation. I know. How normal of me. This day wasn't very organized. It's the first day. They never are organized, and I'm always pushing it to get out, and then I get out and I forget shit, and I definitely don't do any of the stuff that needs to be done to navigate properly. Obviously. I really don't do that anyway. I don't make reservations. I never quite know where I'm going to land at night. I drive until I feel unsafe driving, and then I either pull over and camp, or in this case, I kind of had my heart set on a hot shower at a hotel. Whoa. So, that's what we're trying to do here. I don't know if you caught that little power slide we did there for a minute. This is Clover or something like that, and it is extremely slippery. But I see road signs, which means paved roads probably. This is pretty cool. I can't believe this is a real road that Google took me down. I've heard bad shit about Google. I've said bad shit about Google. And it has only gotten worse. Especially with the AI bullshit. That is completely useless. It's all sponsored. You don't get the results you're looking for. You get the results that Google wants to feed you. And I think that's fucked up. I mean, go ahead and charge us for maps. But give us accurate maps. I don't mind paying for something that's accurate. All right. Well, as some of you know, sometimes I get lost, or sometimes I space out.
Turn right onto County Road 11.
Sometimes I space out turns, or sometimes I completely ignore Google. So anyway, I was supposed to turn right on County Road 10, and I missed it, so I waited a mile and turned right on County Road 11, and it's unpaved for 5 miles. And it's wet, and I'll get some Nebraska mud. That's kind of cool. So we started the journey, that's good. We'll have some mud cred on the trailer and on the Jeep. And we'll have 5 miles of unpaved road to test out my new springs on the trailer. And because this is overlanding, so you can't do it all on pavement. Tips for overland travel. I like to eat a lot of cheese because I hate shitting in the woods and always will. So, I eat a lot of cheese and Mountain House. Mountain House will plug you up quicker than just about anything out there. Seems to give me a little bit more control over when and where it's going to happen. I can find a real toilet instead of getting skeeter bites on my walls in the woods. Stay aware of the weather. Be aware of regional weather patterns, like which direction does bad weather usually come out of. Where I travel, it seems to be predominantly out of the west. So if I'm heading west, I know my closure rate with bad weather is increased exponentially. I'm pretty aware of the wind also. Most overland vehicles are probably a handful in a good wind, crosswind. If you're heading north and south across the continental United States anyway, you're going to have a crosswind. If you're heading east and north, if you're heading north and south, you'll have crosswind, usually out of the west. If you're heading east and west, you'll either have a tailwind or a headwind. Sometimes pretty severe wind. I've been slowed down considerably by big headwinds up in the northern plains. And also eat your gas mileage. They absolutely destroy your gas mileage. So definitely be aware that the weather will affect your range to quite a large degree. I don't mind driving through bad weather, so I don't really avoid it. Sometimes I try to get around it so I can watch it or take pictures of it or something like that. but usually I just head right into it. It can change. Yeah, you're moving 400 or 500 miles a day. You can move in some parts of the country. That's 4 or 5 different climates, and definitely can change throughout a day. We'll run through fronts. I can have 3 or 4 different environments in a day easily. Some of which can be kind of dangerous. So I was talking about weather earlier and how to deal with it when you're traveling. So I wish I could show you this on weather radar. I run an app for weather radar, real time, location, blah blah. And there's a front in front of me and over me. And it is heading east and I am heading west. So I'm just on the eastern side of the front. It doesn't look to be very wide. And my destination is 92 miles away. So I'm pretty sure I will not get rained on, because I will not get rained on at my destination, because even though the rain is over my destination right now, because I understand how the weather patterns work in this region usually.
Turn left, then you will arrive at your destination.
Well, so much for driving out of the rain. That theory didn't work out so well. Oh, shut up. I did it right. Let's see if there's anybody at the guard shack. I don't think there is. There never is here. Nope. They want you to go forward to the visitor center, which I think is probably closed. Anyway, we're at Lewis and Clark State Park near Williston Campground. Near Williston, North Dakota. Wow. And that is sort of, you can't see it from here. We might get some video of it later, but that is Lake Sacagawea. Shut up. Remove stop. That is Lake Sacagawea on the Missouri River. And it is fucking empty. Holy crap. I've stayed here before. In fact, I've climbed that hill right there. And it's one of my favorite places. Actually, I think I've stayed here 3 or 4 times. But as promised, we're going to camp tonight. I hope, I assume, I don't know. There were 49 spots available last I checked, so I didn't make reservations. But I might even hook up with a friend that lives here that I made the first time I came through here. And the first time I camped here. It seems to me we stayed 3 or 4 days here. The first time we came through. And last time I stayed overnight, and this time I'm going to stay overnight, and that's about it. Probably about 12, 13 hours, and then we'll be back on the road tomorrow. Hoping to make Shelby, Montana tomorrow. Well, maybe a little further than that. I guess that's only about 300 miles from here. Looks like I did, what do we do here? Looks like I did about 600 miles today, maybe. No, maybe 500 miles. I don't know. I'll have to check the captain's log. But there we go. There's Lake Sacagawea.
In 600 feet, turn left.
Oh, shut up. There's Lake Sacagawea. Or what used to be Lake Sacagawea. On the Big Muddy. Also known as the Missouri.
Turn left.
Shut up. There's the park ranger. Maybe, maybe not.
In 600 feet, turn left.
Well, he didn't want to talk to me, so let's see if there's an open spot down here. There's a few people here.
Turn left.
Oh, you know what? I should listen to her this time. Because I think I want to camp down here someplace. Oh, maybe not. Group camping. No, we don't want to go to group camping. We're going to go to camping.
Take your next right.
Let's see here. I think we're going to try and maybe back in. Are these premium sites? Sure look like premium sites. They're showing them all reserved. They do show them reserved. I don't think that means anything.
Turn right, then you'll take your first right.
I'll get back to you. Well, here we are, Lake Sacagawea in North Dakota, near Lewiston. And it is emptier than the last time I was here. Look at that. That's the swimming area. I don't know what that is. Somebody who's going to build a campfire and got busted and got stopped. Who knows? Anyway, now you've seen it.